I told you to listen. I told you stop disobeying my rules. I told you being cute ain't if you have no education. I told you stop disobeying me. I told you to listen and do.
Hair gotta go. Let's get it.
Why are you doing it?
It's over with.
Why?
Okay. It's over with.
Okay, son.
Cut her hair off to teach her a lesson.
Hello, in today's video we are going to be looking at a very disturbing trend that is happening on TikTok, and it is punishment by cutting off children's hair. For a girl, their hair is absolutely everything, and I can imagine this would be a very traumatic thing to happen to them. Don't get me wrong, I know boys like their hair as well, but it seems to be even more important for girls. So let's dive in and see what is occurring.
Because my kid thinks it's more important to be pretty than educated, more important to be a follow body than a leader, right?
Hey, ma'am, did it ever occur to you that it may have nothing to do with looking pretty at school? Maybe she's just following in your footsteps, because you seem to always be made up, as we can see here.
Okay. I'm not a parent who likes to use physical discipline. Come here, you gotta learn today, girl. No physical discipline. Mom.
You don't like using physical discipline. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but you just grabbed your child's hair and yanked it towards you so you could cut a piece off. That seems pretty physical to me.
Don't mom me, no. You had your warning, you had your chance. I told you to listen. I told you stop disobeying my rules. I told you being cute ain't shit if you have no education. I told you stop disobeying me. I told you to listen and do as you're supposed to. I told you to do good in school. I told you to do your daily routine, and you yet to even do any of it. And you thought you were disobeying me today and I was not coming to cut this hair off. You're sadly mistaken, because you thought being pretty was so much better than being educated or listening to your mom, right? Yes, this is what happens when you don't listen to your mom.
The look of shock, disbelief, and trauma on that poor girl's face really says it all, doesn't it?
The crazy thing is, today I had to do something that I really didn't want to do, but I had to do.
You had to do it, did you? Seriously? Was someone forcing you into doing it? No, they weren't. You did it of your own free will. You did not have to do it at all.
To teach my child a lesson. We try to be better than our parents, and I try really hard to be the best mother that I can be. And for the most part, I know I'm doing a fantastic job.
I don't agree that you're doing a fantastic job at all. You cutting your child's hair off on camera and posting it on TikTok is not a brilliant example of good parenting, in my opinion. What about you? Do you think that what she's doing is setting a good example? Let me know in the comments.
We try to be better than our parents and learn different ways and try to do better. Like, for instance, I'm not a parent who likes to use physical discipline. I find other ways, like writing lines, grounding, times tables, chores. Like, there's a lot of different things that I've been using, but my daughter's been acting out lately and thinking that being pretty is better than being educated, following other people is better than being a leader.
Child in question here is a teenager, and as a parent of 4 children who were all teenagers at the same time, I know how difficult it can be bringing up teenagers. But did I cut my daughter's hair off? No. There are much better ways to discipline them. like taking things away. In my day, my children were grounded, sent to their room, and their televisions were taken away. They didn't have mobile phones or other electronic devices, but if they had, then that's what would have been taken away. Just because it doesn't work the first time, it doesn't mean that you give up. So why, ma'am, have you not taken away her mobile phone? Because for most people, that is their most prized possession.
Ain't shit if you're uneducated. Being pretty doesn't mean shit if you have no respect, you have no manners, you have no class, you have no morals, you're not representing yourself in a proper manner, having an attitude and acting like you're a boss bitch. That doesn't mean nothing if you have no brain to back it up. You have no heart to back that up. And I'm trying to bestow that into my children, because in this day and age, it falls back on us parents. We got to put in the work to make sure that these kids have and need all the necessities, and that's just not clothing and food. That's also an education. That's also knowing right from wrong and being a good person in society.
Manners will certainly get you further in the world than most other things. Education is also important. Respect is extremely important. I just don't agree with your method of demanding that from your child. Looking at the mother in various different videos, she's always heavily made up and has lots of beauty filters on. Does anyone think that maybe she is the problem? That her daughter is prettier than her and she is actually jealous? Because that's what springs to my mind.
Do you feel traumatized?
No.
Do you feel like I abused you?
No.
Do you feel like this form of discipline was a lot better than any other form of discipline, like physical abuse, that I could have used?
Yes.
The poor girl looks extremely traumatized there and looks like she is being coerced into giving the answers that the mother wants. She looks broken and as if she has lost her spirit. It just looks extremely worrying to me.
You know I love you, right?
Yes.
You know I got your back, right?
Yes.
You know what I'm doing right now is to make you a better person, right?
Yes.
How many times have I spoken to you about this?
A lot of times.
How many times have your teachers called me?
Multiple times.
How many times have you not handed in homework?
A few times.
How many times have you not listened? How many times have I told you when you're grounded not to do certain things and you're still doing them?
A lot of times.
Right. A lot of times, right? And I've been speaking to you about this for how long?
A year.
Does this manipulation and punishment fit the supposed crime that the mother sees?
So today when I did what I did by cutting off your hair, you understand why I did it, right?
Yeah.
And you're learning from it, right?
Yeah.
And what did you learn?
I learned not to disrespect you and to listen to you.
And also,
And to do my homework.
because school comes first, right?
Yeah.
And if you have no education, then you have nothing, right?
Yeah.
So if you're not listening in class and you're not behaving and you're not listening to your teachers and you're not handing in your schoolwork, do you deserve to have extensions in your hair?
No.
Do you deserve to have the latest styles in your hair?
No.
Do you deserve to have nails in your hair? Your hair will grow back, right?
Yeah.
You can wear wigs, right?
Yeah.
I can add extensions back, right?
Yeah.
So you know what I did. I did out of love, right?
Yeah.
And the only reason why I posted was because of what? You think that these Instagram and Snapchat and TikTok and Roblox is your life. I didn't embarrass you. You embarrassed yourself.
The girl didn't embarrass herself. You embarrassed her by cutting off her hair and posting it on TikTok for the world to see. It's you that is the embarrassment, man. Is this woman the only example of this happening? No. So let's have a look at a few more. The first clip is pretty traumatizing to watch because the poor little boy in it is screaming his head off. If you don't want to listen to the child screaming, then turn your sound off for 17 seconds.
Hair gotta go. Let's get it.
Come on, the girls are coming
It's
up.
over with.
Okay.
It's over with.
Okay, it's fine.
There you go. Right.
It's over with.
It's over with now.
It's done.
It's gone. It's gone.
What possible action could that child have done to deserve getting all of his hair shaved off like that? I just don't feel that there is anything that he could have done that would ever have forced me to take that action. And he's not the only one. Unfortunately, in schools, there is an awful lot of bullying. Do these parents not think that sending their children to school, having had all of their hair locked off, that the child is going to get bullied? Does that not enter their heads? Personally, I don't think it does, because what parent wants their child to be bullied in school? Doing this kind of action is literally asking for your child to be bullied and made fun of. Right, we've now reached the point of the last clip, and it says it all in my mind.
Okay, I can absolutely go get someone who's in charge, but what do you want me to tell them? How about you tell them that you're refusing to do as I, a paying customer, asks, and find me someone who will cut her hair off to teach her a lesson. Okay, yeah, I can do that. Just telling you now, though, the only thing that you're going to get is the satisfaction of complaining, which seems normal for you, because you're not going to find a single stylist in here who will cut that little girl's hair off as punishment. Oh my god, this is the 6th salon that we have been to, and no one will do it. I might just have to do it. Do you guys not like making money anymore? I mean, I'm willing to pay. Sixth salon? How do you not realize that you are the problem if we've all come to the same conclusion of not doing it? Are you a mother? If not, why are you telling me how to be one? No, me and kids, no. I'm just a daughter, and I would never speak to my mom again if she did this. Oh my gosh.
You don't have to have a child of your own to have an opinion on other people's parenting. You are still allowed to say that you think something is wrong. And what the stylist says in that video is exactly how I feel. If my mother had cut all of my hair off as a child, then I would not want to speak to her, not necessarily ever again, but for an extremely long time. And I know in a lot of countries there are children that disassociate from their parents. And if this is the action that is carried out, I can really understand why. I mean, what kind of parent wants their child to grow up and then have absolutely nothing to do with them anymore? Because realistically, that is what you are possibly asking for. Well, that's it for today's video. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you on the next video. Ta-ta for now.